Sunil, can you hear me?
Yeah, Mazhar,
Manoj, we can hear you.
We can hear you. Hi, Manoj sir. Priya here.
Hi, Priya. Good morning.
Everyone, this is Rafael.
Hey, Rafael. Good morning.
Hey, Manish here. How are you doing?
Hey, Manish. Good morning. How are you? All well?
All good, buddy.
Good morning, Priya. Good morning, Manish.
Hey, good morning, guys.
You can see my screen share, right?
Yes, I can see that Excel. Yeah, I go the PPT.
Yeah, PPT. Yeah.
Yep.
You're not put it in auto mode? So,
It is in auto mode. Each slide is about 10 seconds.
oh, 10
Yeah.
seconds. Okay.
Sure. The watch on.
Because last time also my order for medicine
Fahad?
I think he is unable to unmute himself. He's there. You search.
Fahad, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I've stopped the share, so you can just test your just do the screen share.
Still, I am unable to do that. It says host disabled participant screen sharing. Hmm.
Fahad, try now.
Yeah, I can do that now. I hope everybody can see that.
Yes, Fahad, but your voice is a little low, so you'll have to come closer to the microphone.
So now it's okay?
Uh, can be improved.
Okay, I don't know. I'm almost, it's in my mouth now.
Okay, no problem. People can hear you. Yeah.
So chat. Okay, can hear well. Okay, okay. So let me know when you want to start. Okay.
Yeah, so right now you can stop your screen share. I will. We will start at 10:05 because there are a lot of people joining in.
Okay, no problem. I can wait. No problem. No problem.
Yeah, so I'll do the screen share right now, and as soon as we reach 10:05, we will start. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. No problem. No problem.
Fahad, you can see the chat window, right?
Yeah, I can see the chat window.
I'm stopping my share now. You can start your share.
Okay, thank you.
I'll let
Hi,
you know when to
everybody.
start. Yeah, I'll let you know when to start. Just give me a minute. I'm waiting, admitting some more people. It's about 53 participants right now. I'll read out your brief bio and then you can start.
Oh, sure, sure.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Today we have an international speaker, Fahad Ahmed. Fahad is a PMP. He's an IT and a management executive with cross-functional and diversified experience in project management, business analysis, risk management, change management, implementation of large-scale financial solutions, ERP applications, and MIS applications. He has had an extensive background in project management and leadership training. He has trained individuals from leading multinationals, banks, pharmaceuticals, IT and telecom sector, government organizations, armed forces, and not-for-profit organizations. He also specializes in online training and consulting services. He's a computer science graduate, a certified PMP and ITIL, a credential holder. He's also a masterclass alumni like me from PMI and is also volunteered for PMI Karachi chapter from Pakistan as their president till January 2020. Fahad actively provides coaching and mentoring to entrepreneurs and is engaged with numerous startups in advisory capacity. Currently, he is associated with PMI EF as community engagement member. Welcome, Fahad.
Thank you so much, Manoj. It's an honor. And I guess you guys can see me. Thank you so very much. I'm really excited to be with you. Manoj is like a brother to me. We have spent a year in the leadership class together. And it has been always fascinating to meet him, hear stories about the Mumbai chapter. And also, I've been present when the Mumbai chapter got the awards last year for the best chapter in the category. So it's very heartening to see you guys doing a fabulous job. And when Manoj asked me to present,
Yes.
so I just grabbed the opportunity with both hands because I really like talking, and it's been really fascinating to share my experience and also learn from you guys what your experiences are, and together we obviously create value and collective benefit for everybody. So without further delay, today's presentation is about emotional intelligence. We all are project managers, we are project leaders, and the most important thing is that everybody is going through the tough time. COVID-19 has created such a state for everybody since the lockdown. For example, we are in a lockdown situation since 20th of March, and now it's it's 24th of May. So it's been more than 2 months now, and everybody like us, obviously, the virus has grown over the period of time from country to country, and now it is in our region, and And obviously, we don't know what's going to be the situation like in coming weeks and coming months. But again, all our lives are being impacted: professional lives, personal lives, interpersonal relations. So what is that one thing or the most critical element that can help us, not only held us together, but also keep ourselves moving and do our jobs, sustain our relationships, and most importantly, may ensure that we remain sane, we remain human, and we have the human touch within ourselves. So let me share my screen. So I hope you can see that. Okay. So
Yes,
yes. So when Manoj asked me to present, I instantly thought about emotional intelligence, because all of us are going, experience something new. No matter of what age we belong, this is something extremely unique that everybody has experienced, and still we are unsure that we have experienced the ultimate or the experience, everything from this pandemic or the situation that we are going through. So we'll talk about emotional intelligence, what it is, a bit of fundamental foundations, and I'll talk about building relationships, very much important in this era, in this part, because as you see that we have not everybody is going through a new model of working model. A lot of us, like I also belong to IT industry, so I have in somewhere down the line I have worked from home. So, but again, not to this extreme situation that everybody's homebound and you cannot just move an inch and you cannot go out. So this is a different situation, and relationships plays a very important part. And how to build motivation. The most important part is how to keep ourselves motivated, how to keep our people motivated, how to keep our family members motivated. This is very much important. And then the renewal of positive emotion attractors, like in our body, in our mind, in our brain. There's negative emotions, there's positive emotions. So again, in this negative situation, how we keep on pulling ourselves into positivity, and what are the positive emotion attractors that we can renew. Dealing with uncertainty we'll talk about, and self-healing, again, the most important thing at this time is ourself. So the other day I was talking to somebody and we were discussing about self-dealing or self-care. So a lot of times in our part of the world, since you and me both are culturally very similar, self-care or self-dealing is something that we are not very much prone to. If we think about that, if we try to demonstrate that, it is taken as something, I don't want to use the word, but it might be taken as selfish. So we'll talk about a little bit of that. So okay. So one thing I would like to ensure that, or I would like to communicate that, I've always taken sessions and I don't have too much slides to show. So what we're going to do is we will discuss. Anytime you can interrupt, anytime you can ask questions, we make it as interactive as possible so we can take the collective benefit. You learn from me, I learn from you, and again, we'll talk about specific cases, we'll talk about specific scenarios, specific experiences that each of us are going through, and how to make sure we do better. So in my presentation, I always ask a lot of questions. So for you, my first question will be, when you think of a perfect leader, just give me 1 minute. Yes. So what comes to your mind? I would like quick answers in the chat window. If we talk of humility, very nice, very nice. Serena's okay. Handle all situations, supportive, very nice, very nice. Anything else? Trustworthy, excellent, excellent. Leader by example, adaptive, very nice. So leading by example, empathy, very nice, very nice. Take all along, yes, exactly. Care about people, caring, lead from the front, revolutionary, give confidence, courageous, excellent. Discipline in self, visionary. Okay, very nice. So one thing we all want is social skills. Very nice. A very good communication. Okay, good listener. Very nice. Yes, I was expecting somebody to write understanding before providing orders. Very nice. This is something very okay. Yes, walk the talk. Focus targeting people. Yes, take full responsibility for results without blaming team. Yes. Somebody when I exactly my thoughts are similar when we talk about somebody who is a perfect leader, some very cool and calm customer who can listen, who can care, lead by example, inspire people, and who can influence people, who can walk the talk, who can take good decisions. And there's nothing called perfect leaders, always a continuous improvement. That's what true leaders believe in. Exactly. Obviously, leadership is journey. Thank you very much for your brilliant feedback. But still, when we talk being a human, we always look for first for a role model. Everybody of us, like since school, we have a role model. When you into college, authentic, exactly. Should not think about perfect as yes, I know. But again, what I was saying that as we are inspirational, motivating, exactly. As we're human beings, we always look for some kind of a role model who can provide guidance, who can we can look up to, who can emulate, we can copy, and also we can ensure that one day I will be like him or her. That's what my point was. So nobody's perfect. We all learn along the way. We make some bad choices, bad judgment, we learn from it, and we improve. Excellent. Works as mentoring, so exactly. So somebody who has all these qualities that you guys have written, and who does not loses his cool, and who's a good communicator, influencer, inspirer, motivator, excellent mentor, walk the talk. So again, these all qualities are are superseded by one quality which is called emotional intelligence. Okay, when you caring, when you have empathetic, servant leader. Exactly. Thank you so much. So when you talk about should good speaker and storyteller, exactly a very good story narrator today in today's world, a storytelling is very much important. So the most important thing is when you're empathetic, when you care for people, when you just don't focus on target or numbers, you believe in people development, you inspire people, you motivate people, you become a mentor, or and in every other quality, and you're authentic. This is the foundation is emotional intelligence. So in today's world, command and control leadership is not the pinnacle. Now, it's being a servant leader. Servant leader is the basic. It's the core where emotional intelligence is being used at its maximum. So when you talk about emotional intelligence, so what what do you think? What in your opinion emotional intelligence is? Don't go about the formal definition. What according to you is emotional intelligence? As project leaders, as project managers, as project leads, as volunteers, what do you think emotional intelligence is? Self and other, between, understand self emotion other, yes. Exactly. So so the capability of a person to manage his or her own emotions and possess the ability to control the emotion of others as well. So the most important thing is you don't only understand your own emotions, and you also need to understand other people's emotions as well, and control that your own emotions. Now, why it is very much important, because until unless you don't feel for others, you don't get into their shoes, you don't replicate yourself, you put yourself in the same situation, you will never be able to understand why people are reacting, what they want, how they want to be treated. And yes, give respect to unrespect. Yes, thinking from the heart versus thinking from the logic. Exactly. It's very important. You can see the screen, exit and even edit. Okay. Yes, perceive what other things and react. Exactly. So now the most important thing in today's world, this is a very challenging time. Apart from if I put aside the COVID-19 situation, the world is so fast. We are in such a hurry. We are under tremendous pressure. Sometimes, or most of the times, we don't think like that. We all have targets to achieve. Right? You have a target. I have a target. Manoj has a target. Prashant has a target. Shiva has a target. And maybe it's delivery, maybe it's client satisfaction, maybe it's a document, maybe it's a financial number, maybe it is something that you have to ensure from other team members or other partners that the company is depending on. So in this race, in this situation, mostly we think from our brain instead of from our heart. And that's where the problem occurs. Why? Because a lot of times we try to achieve the target without, and again, we are thinking about company, we thinking about our reputation, thinking about the trust factor the company has in us or in our teams. But again, and sometimes we become so focused on these things that people around us or our team members or stakeholders think we are inconsiderate of them. That's where emotional intelligence comes into picture. The second question is, who is more likely to succeed as a leader? Who shout at a team when he or she is under pressure, stress, or a leader who stays in control and calmly assesses the situation? Yes. What do you think? The calm leader. Who stays in control? Okay. Calm, assess the situation. Calm. Very nice. Calm leader. Excellent. So the second question is, where do you see yourself under stressful situation? Are you the first leader or the second leader? Think about it for a minute and be honest about it. You don't have to answer right away. Think of a particular situation where you have been under tremendous pressure, not everyday pressure, tremendous pressure, and how you reacted. Leader 1 or leader 2? Okay. So how many are 1? Maybe 1. Sometimes, okay, very nice. Very nice. Sometimes, this depends. Okay, criteria, very nice. Ashwin mostly 2, very nice Ashwin. Rajiv, Rohan 2, okay. Yeah, exactly. I understand the approach of 1 should be really used, but again, now we are self-analyzing. We're getting more self-aware. So, which is I'm going to cover in the next slide. But again, it's very important to understand. I don't see a lot of people answering, but again, it's very important that if you think and participate, it will really help. Yes, more doing the approach exactly. I really like him. He is really, really good. Okay, so I see a mixed bunch. A lot of times we tend to get into option 1 even without knowing, and sometimes when we are more up for ourselves, we become the leader of the second leader. Sometimes it depends on team members. Yes, exactly. It depends. It depends upon team members. It depends on situation. If you get into a situation over and over again, so if you getting the same scenario for the 15th time, you won't be you reacting like leader 2. You instantly. In a couple of seconds, you will become leader 1 and maybe start shouting, maybe saying that we have told you a million times, but still you're listening to. But exactly it happens. Independent team members doing exactly. But the most important thing, the most successful person is ever, the most successful leader is who, whether he or she controls his or her emotions. That way you will be able to think properly. That way you will be able to take, analyze the situation properly, and also decide and take decision wisely. The moment you get emotional, your brain shuts down. You're unable to hear anything. If you think again and just try to remember one bad conflict situation with one of a very good peers or somebody who really makes you, edgy or agitated. The moment you see them, their face or they utter something, you get into a mental state where you're unable to think, and the certain things that start revolving in your mind. That is your ability to lead your team, to think, to handle the situation, to control the situation, and most importantly, take the most important correct decision, which is the requirement of neither the time. So, an emotional leader creates instability, but an emotionally intelligent leader creates understanding and promotes stability. That is very important. So, there's a very minor difference. Emotions are always there. The most important thing is how you handle your emotions, how you perceive emotions, how you use your emotions, and how you control your emotions. The four things that we talked about. So it is obviously it's not that newer concept or theory right now, but again, in this current situation where situation is so uncertain, the fear factor is so much. Now you have to develop your EQ. Otherwise, there is no way. So one portion is called IQ, the other is EQ, and third is personality, and the intersection is where you exist. And if there's an imbalance, there will not be the proper portion. You will see, this intersection fitting from one way, and that will create an imbalance. So now, the most important thing is perceiving emotions. We think, we believe that we perceive emotions. We are good in perceiving emotions. We are good at understanding emotions. We are good at managing emotions, and we are good at using emotions. Few of us are, not everybody. Now, it is very much important that before acting or before trying to understand other people's perspective or their emotions, how good we are understanding our own emotions, how we perceive our emotions and understand our emotions. So I got a quick exercise for you. Now, everybody, I'm giving you 2 minutes. Think about one behavior of yours. Maybe you get angry for certain things. For example, बहुत सारे लोग होते हैं, they have a specific time for everything. चाय टाइम पे पीते हैं, खाना टाइम पे खाते हैं. Everything, they're so much disciplined, and even a small fractional delay, pisses them off. So अगर जरा सी भी देर होती है, उससे गुस्सा आ जाता है, and they loses their cool. So I'm asking everybody to think about one behavior that you have developed, and what is the triggering point. Write it down. Don't tell me. Write it down. If you have pen and pencil, write it down to yourself. And if you don't have, then write it down on your maybe notepad or wordpad, whatever. I'm giving you 1 minute. Try to think of a scenario or a behavior that you react, and what is the triggering point. And then we talk about how to identify and how to manage a situation. One behavior and one trigger. Okay. So there are 5 components of emotional intelligence. But it's called self-awareness. This is what the exercise or the small activity that we're doing is about self-awareness. So after this presentation, I would like everybody to think about it and think about the behaviors in their personal life and professional lives and what are the triggering point of those behaviors. So self-awareness is very much important. Unless you don't understand your own self, understand your own emotions, understand your own behavior, understand what ticks you, you will never be able to understand other people. So the most important thing is once you're more self-aware, you can take control of yourself, you can take control of your emotions, and you can react properly in a specific scenario. For example, a lot of time it happens with everybody. We are in boardroom, we are in a management meeting, and somebody throws a curveball at us, or maybe a indirect personal attack or something like that, and we instantly get impacted by that. And the whole discussion which we have planned or we have been participating in have been kept aside or pushed aside. Now the whole situation was intense, keeps start revolving in your mind. So the most important thing is if you understand yourself, you will take control of yourself. And the moment you also understand, the moment we get emotional, our body language changes. Maybe you feel dejected, and also the feeling gets changed. You feel dejected, you feel burdened, you feel angered, you feel exhausted. So think about if you are working on a presentation for 24 hours, you have pulled off a nighter, and then you are in the boardroom, and then something of this sort happened. What's going to happen to you? If you lose your concentration by being emotional, you will spill everything, and all the effort will go down the drain. So self-awareness is very important. Self-regulation. Self-regulation is where you keep on revalidating yourself and you check your code of ethics. There are few points which you cannot compromise on. There are few things that you cannot tolerate. And even if they're in case of verbal attack, even in the case of personal attacks, even in case of direct hits, self-regulation is a technique which will always help you ensure that you remain calm. Motivation. Self-motivating leaders are the most successful because they keep on doing the work and moving in the direction which they want to work on. And if you really need to motivate yourself, you need to understand why you started doing certain things. So find your why. Keep on finding your why. Renew your why, and this will help you keep yourself motivated. Empathy is very much important unless you don't realize what other people are feeling and what their scenario is and why they're reacting, why they're communicating in a certain manner, why they're responding in a certain way. You will never be able to get to the real situation. So talk to people. The most important thing is communication, and I talk about social skills. So when you talk to people, try to understand them and try to get their point of view. A lot of times when we are leading project teams or leading projects or even leading organizations, the most important thing is we have our own perspective and it's mono-directional, just one way, and we think that people along with us are helpers. Is everybody can everybody hear me properly? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So have you seen in India, Pakistan? There are a lot of times we have seen cart wheelers pushing the cart. So organization is like this, but again, the people who are pushing that cart are also part of your organization. Think about them, feel about them, talk to them, try to know what they're feeling, what they want to do, or whether they want to stand in front of the line or back of the line, what they're good at. This will, you will see how you will amazing results. Social skills. It is nothing but communication. Communication with impact. Hear people out and talk to them. And when you talk to them, also let them know about your own worries, your own fears and be real about it. Don't fabricate. So for project management, we talk about self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, empathy, organizational awareness, seeing other clearly, emotional boundaries, relationship management. It is very, very important. How you manage relationships, because in this tough time, see, we are not in our offices. A lot of times, even we commute together, we lunch together, we dine together, and even people smoke together, right? That connection is missing. A lot of times, you actually miss working in office environment or in your office because you don't have people around you. You sometimes what happens? You get up from your office chair, go to your colleagues, your best buddy, and say, let's have coffee. Let's grab a cup of coffee. 5 minutes, 10 minutes break, and that renew your motivation. Maybe you crack a joke or two. Maybe you hear somebody out. Maybe you let your feelings out at what you are feeling. Maybe some of your personal matters to discuss with somebody. That is missing in this time. So relationship management is very important. We will see how we can do that. Team leadership, communication, conflict management, inspirational leadership. See, the most important thing is communication. It always been, and the value is doubled in this time. Conflict management, why? Because until unless you don't understand people, you will never be able to handle the conflicts properly. And a lot of people said that you want to be a perfect leader who inspires. Inspirational leadership बहुत ज़्यादा important होती है, because until you don't inspire people, they will never be able to get. You will never be able to get the job done because they are going through their own emotions. How they can give priority to yourself or office work when they are going through a very tough time or a mental phase that they think it is full of anxiety, full of fear. So emotional intelligence, what does? It increases leadership ability, increase team performance, improve decision making, and decrease occupational stress, reduce staff turnover, and increase personal well-being. So if you have ever worked in an environment or company which have long associations of employees, so it doesn't always the case that people are reluctant to switch jobs just because they become complacent, because the environment is so much conducive. There's so much good relationships, there's so much good connections, and they feel they belong there. The turnover is very minimal. And the reverse happens if you work in an environment where people are not emotionally intelligent, they're merely robots, they focus on results, they focus on targets, they just focus on numbers. No matter how much paycheck is, there will be a time that you will think about going to an environment where you feel more valued, where you feel more connected to, and where you feel more where you feel more belonging. That is the most important thing. So emotional intelligence creates one more thing that is called belonging. As leaders, as managers, and most importantly, as family members. See, whenever we have some problem or whenever somebody has a problem, we go to a certain person to understand ourselves well. So much so that even utter a single word, they could understand that we are in trouble, and they can help us by suggesting and not saying or suggesting anything. Why? Because they're emotionally more intelligent and they're deeply connected. Their emotions are deeply connected with our emotions. That is the most important thing. So one more question. Do we really need to care about people? Yes. Why? Why? That should be the way of life. Exactly. Strength of the team. Very nice. Rohan, very nice. I really like it. So Why? I'm also why. I'm asking why. They're the best company of the organization are meaningless without people. Exactly. Relationship and trust building. Exactly. It has to take people along. Exactly. Get work done. Exactly. Dr. Joginders. Even the machines need timely maintenance. They are humans. Exactly. Because we cannot ignore. Exactly. Ignorance is very devastating. Very nice. Work is being done by team, only team. If you do not, they will not. Healthy relations among colleagues, exactly. One cannot work alone, exactly. I understand. Very nice. So we need to care about people, right? Now, fever project is very nice, very nice. I really like it. You have feeling, you must know how to manage them. Exactly. It has a professional personal work. Very nice. Paresh, it has been professional. Okay. Cause we work, I think we must care. Exactly. So now my second question is, do we actually care about people the way we want people to care about us? Okay. Sometimes we expect that. Exactly. We expect that. But now think honestly. I'm not saying that we do not, but just, from your lens of your eye, see a professional person life and see, do we really care about people who are around us the way we want other people to care for us? But it does not depend upon the situation. Yeah, here I disagree. Because not in our hand, not necessary. Okay, think about people who are below you, or your peers, not somebody who reports to you or who you reports to. Exactly, Ashok Kumar. At least when we are expected to take care of our subordinates, we also need to be taken care of. Exactly, this is what I'm asking. Okay, the way we receive, we react, very nice. I like it. But again, emotionally intelligent leaders or project managers do not do always do that. Okay, you see the makers, very nice. So you report to a program manager, okay, and and you want that program manager to really care about you, think about your feelings, and think about the way you have been handling project under tremendous pressure, maybe a family problem, whatever you're going through, and there are a lot of project managers who reports to you. I would even third law was applicable. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. I know that. I know that. But again, being human, it is impossible. It is not impossible that we cannot turn it around. Behavioral changes are slow, but again, they can be done. It's not always impossible. Organization culture, family cultures are very robust. But again, if you want to improve certain things, if you want to improve them, like the way somebody told me that there's nothing as perfect leadership, and we improve gradually. It's the same way the culture improves gradually. So I'm very thankful that everybody's participating. So we really need to care about people, about ourselves, our superiors, and our juniors as well. And somebody who's on the same line should be benevolent and hire one goes in corporate ladder. The person should see yes, exactly. Because it comes from the top. It comes from the top. Exactly. Shankar Rao, thank you very much. You have a very, really valid point that it's a top-down approach. But again, the most importantly, it goes both ways. Because if it is demonstrated at the top, the people who are below and in the lower tiers will always follow that. So from it goes from top to bottom. Again, it is demonstrated from bottom to top everywhere. So we really need to care about people. Yes, exactly the way we want to be cared from our superiors, from our peers, from our juniors. We have to demonstrate in our actions. So what are 3 P's of project management? The 3 P's of project management are people, process, and product. And what happened is the biggest current challenge is people, because why? I'm going back. There's so much focus on process, there's so much focus on product. How many of you actually have felt that when while delivering the product or the experience that the customer wanted, or creating a very robust or a very efficient process, we actually, hurt our people? I feel that in my company, in my previous company, there's so many processes that sometimes, I really feel for people because they are under a lot of pressure work-wise, and the process is not helping them out. It is creating a very good product. It is ensuring reliability. It is ensuring quality. It is ensuring minimum risk. It is ensuring less defects, but on the cost of people. So the most impacted element in an organization are people. Sometimes forget the basic fluent principles while adhering to process data. Exactly. Thank you, Ashok Kumar. Yes, exactly. Now, at this point, I really request people who are actually into process improvement, who are, whether they are in an IT company or in another company and developing processes, improving processes, the human factor has to be considered, no matter what, because this process is run by humans. No process is automated. If your people are not happy, if your people are not being taken care of, if they think they are not being considered as part of, they're just being the handlers, it will always be a problem, and it will always be a challenge for you. So if you're creating a new process, if you're creating a new product, bring your people in, talk to them, discuss their concerns, discuss your own concerns, and again, be real. Open communication is the key. If you are unable to be real, and if you are unable to communicate your own worries as an individual, as a leader, as an individual, and also your own challenges, you will always suffer. The processes are there, but our public it is good, but in many organizations, processes are not followed, and the people are pressurized for delivering the product. Out of the 3 P's, only 1 P is doing more important. Exactly. Why? Because this is where the balance lies. That's why the 3 P's in product, process, and people. We deliver the product at the cost of process and ultimately at the cost of people. And what happened? Turnover. Leaders are more focused on delivery, leaders are more focused on result, leaders are more focused on revenue, on ROI, but the lesser importance of value is given to the most valuable asset, that is people. And you can only give the value to the people when you're emotionally intelligent, if you're caring, if you're empathetic, if you listen to people, okay? If you care about them, if you want to see them at higher positions, capacity building, whatever comes to your mind, the leadership qualities which we discussed previously, it has to be for your people. Okay, so emotions are contagious, like yawns are. If somebody yawns, if somebody yawns in the room, everybody starts yawning. So emotions are contagious. See, if somebody, 3 or 4 people are facing challenges and either discussing something which is impacting their physiology and psychology as well, and one of your friends entered the room and started laughing and providing positive energy, the whole atmosphere of the room changes in an instant. Same goes with negative emotions. No matter whatever, how much, yes, exactly like Corona. Thank you, Dr. Gurgogender. So the most important thing is, now, where do you see yourself? Are you someone who spreads positive emotions or somebody who spreads negative emotions? Okay. Each of us have both the abilities. It depends upon how we react to the situation. Okay. So why we should more focus on people now? Why? because in the current situation, there's more fear, more anxiety. Every single day, myself included, there's uncertainty. There's so much fear. What happens tomorrow? What happens if I don't have a job? What happens if my company doesn't have a business? What happens if my customer doesn't pay on time? And this thing is continuously creating more anxiety. The other thing is, whether you look at television, whether you look at internet, whether you look at WhatsApp, Facebook, more forward cases, more debts, more fear, more anxiety. Now, if these things keep popping up, your whole day is ruined. Like, for example, for somebody like me who is in the service industry, who serve, although my clients are banks, again, it's been 2.5 months now, and the business is really impacted. Same goes in India. Everything is shut down. There's so much fear factor. There is so much anxiety about tomorrow. Although we are so much blessed people, we have roof on our head, there's so much food on our table, but still we are afraid of tomorrow. Environment, forced work from home. Now, this is something that has challenged everybody, no matter whether you have been working from home experience previously or not. It is not like that. Every single person of the family is homebound. Whether you've got 4 family members or 10 family members, everybody is under the same roof, and you're forced to work with them. Now, the first thing is the denial factor, that we all think that since we have to work from home, we have to act like we're in the office. People who have kids, people who have got, if they don't have kids, have nephews or niece or somebody else, so they're very much cautious that, you don't have to be, if we are having a video call, or you don't have to pass by, or you cannot, if they're teaching in the screen, that's become a problem. Or most importantly, sure now, subsidy important is your skills. And over the period of time, continuous same screen, same environment, under same roof. Most importantly, अगर हमें अपने घर वालों को देखने की आदत नहीं होती, तो हमारे घर वालों को हमें देखने की आदत नहीं. They are also in a state of shock. They are still in anxiety. That is also creating a lot of pressure on us, right? So social distancing apart, this forced work from home model that everybody is, and most importantly, you see, when we are working in an office and all, can you take a break next to us? Break can be for 10. Yes, exactly. Sure, we can. So in this portion, when we are working normally in offices, see, आप उठ के चले जाते हैं, you can get a cup of coffee, you smoke. Even if you not smoke, you're going and some offices have some indoor games, or you can get a break, right? But in this situation where so much fear, so much pressure, so much, and then there's bad news all around, and you're working from home, your boss is constantly at you about assignments, and there's a lot of challenges that you're facing with your team members because not everyone is responding on time the way they used to in the office hours or when they're co-located. That is creating a lot of burden on each of us. And the lack of self-reward. Now, this is the most important. See, how many times when we pack up and go home, we stop somewhere with our colleagues, have a cup of tea, or in Karachi there is a culture of vans. There's changes happening around, while in work from home you tend to forget about the surrounding areas, exactly because it is so synonymous that you just don't remember where you are. It's just a screen, maybe there's the same song coming, and maybe you don't even, sometimes it gets so much to your head you don't even want to work. So मैं आपको बता रहा था, कराची में एक कल्चर है vans का, and there's a lot of vans, private vans, the female workforce को लेके pick and drop में. And once the office time is over, So you see a lot of vans parked at street food stalls. कोई गोलगप्पे खा रहा है, they're having ice cream, samosa, small things. Yes. Now you are unable to do that. A lot of times we celebrate a small project success by dinners, by a movie night, even by some indoor game at a colleague's house, or maybe some video games, whatever. Now, since we're homebound, we cannot self-reward ourselves. Now, this is very much annoying, frustrating, and irritating as well. And this is how we are all getting dejected, and that's why when the peak moments arise, we get so cramped up, we get so emotional like this, and we get so sometimes we get so fired up, become so edgy that we are unable to take proper decisions. This is why emotional intelligence is very important. This is why you, me, everybody needs to control our emotions, and most importantly, help other people to control their emotions. In the next, after the break, we'll talk about how to help people, how to help our own self, and ensure that we collectively create that environment for everybody for peace and harmony. Then we continue to work till this is over, and we get back to normal. So I think Manoj, if you want to take break, we can take break now.
Yes, thanks, Fahad. Yeah, so Fahad, we can take a total 15-minute break, and we will start at about 10, 10,
11:10.
Yeah, sorry, 11:10 Indian IST.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Okay.
Okay, and I will just share my screen, and I will run my PPT. Thanks.
Yeah, sure.
Rafael, can you hear the video, the audio?
Yes, Manoj, I can hear it. Very good.
Thank you.
So can we start?
Yes, Fahad, we'll start. I'll just make a couple of announcements.
Okay.
I hope everybody's back. Just a couple of quick announcements. One is the feedback form will be shared at the end of the session. Sunil from our admin team will be sending out the feedback forms, which is through Microsoft Forms itself. So request all of you all to fill it up and send it as soon as possible. Just want to check, is there any PMP or PMI member, PMP or PMP ACP guys who are just recently certified in the last few months? Anybody recently has become a member? Okay. All right, Fahad, you can take over.
Okay, thank you, Manoj. Okay. So I hope everybody can see my screen again. Yes, thank you, Prashant.
Yes, Fahad.
So now we talk about COVID-19. So this coronavirus fatigue is real. Okay, there is no fabrication, nothing, because initially everybody was in a kind of self-denial that this is something made up, and the West is maybe exaggerating too much. But again, everybody, including myself, my team, maybe you yourself, is complaining of anxiety and low levels of energy. So, which is why there is a significant impact on productivity and motivation. And it has transformed our lives. From unemployment to school closures and folding of businesses, we have been told to stay indoors. And now, although people are trying and everybody is trying and businesses are trying and even the education sector is trying to be innovative and try and to continue the operations, but again, it has modified or changed our life to a certain extent that we don't know how, when we will, I was just looking at the chat and everybody's enjoying the music, and even I was enjoying the music, and I really went to get out, and I really want to I really want to enjoy life as everybody is. I want to go grocery shopping. I want to do smaller stuff. I want to go to the office. I want to even go out and buy stuff for my own self. I just want to stop at roadside and have a cup of tea, which I am able to. One thing, this thing, about the fatigue, this also help us understand the small or the luxuries we have, and जो और लोगों को नहीं available है, जिसको हम normal circumstances के अंदर consider नहीं करते थे, आज हम सब उस चीज को miss करते हैं पूरी तरीके से, So these restrictions have resulted in people experiencing lethargy and fatigue when our social lives are limited and we are spending more time on the couch. We shouldn't have a problem with energy level, right? हम तो कहीं बाहर जा ही नहीं रहे, कोई commute नहीं है, कोई traffic jam नहीं है. There's nothing. For example, like Mumbai, Karachi is a very densely populated area, and again, believe me, when office hours off होते हैं, rush hours होते हैं, it's such a hassle telling कि आप जब घर पहुँचते हैं, when you get home, you're so tired, whether you are in any importance of small happiness in small things. You mentioned have a tea. Yes, exactly. So, and even though we have got our own, transportations and everything, but still we are so tired and say, "यार आज तो मैं बहुत थक गया हूँ and traffic पूरा करना है, रोजाना ऐसे होता है." It's such a hassle, and now we are missing each and everything we used to complain about. See, the small things which brings happiness to us. Now we are realizing that. So this fatigue is real, and this is mostly the mental fatigue, not the physical fatigue. Okay? So what to do? So now I'll give you a couple of exercises to think about it, about how to understand emotion and move forward. Okay, the first thing. Okay, now quickly, I want you to draw two columns. If you don't have anything to draw, maybe can you use Excel or Word? And what you do on the left hand side, name of a leader you've worked your entire life. Maybe somebody who was your sports coach, maybe somebody who was in your school, somebody who was in your office, somebody you work with in your volunteer organization, and you worked with him or her and who did not bring the best in you. Okay, and then on the right hand column, you need to put a leader you've worked with, and sorry, and who left column पे आपने लिखना है कि वो लीडर जिसने आपका बेस्ट नहीं लेके आया, और राइट कॉलम में लिखना है वो लीडर का नाम जो आपके अंदर बेस्ट लेके आया. सही है? So I'm giving you 2 minutes. Think about it. At least 3 to 5 names. If you don't have 5 names, 3 would be okay. Don't overstretch and let me know. You've got 2 minutes. Okay. Yeah. Then the second statement, please eliminate not in the second statement. Okay? This is a typo. I'm sorry. Okay. So oh, no, you don't have to write it. Sir, you don't need anything. You don't have. You just keep it to yourself. Okay. Okay. You are very nice. You don't depend on a manager for the left hand side. Okay. Okay. Very nice. Okay. Now, I want you to think about how it was like to be around them. What they did typically say or do, and maybe a few things that you want to write them, or I do my best. Okay, very nice. Yes, very nice, Nitin. Very nice. So it could be you yourself, and if you think, because self leadership is very important. So if you are unable to perform to your maximum, and the responsible person is you only, then again, it could be anything that you want to write. But I really like Nitin's thoughts. It would be negative and negative right now. Yes, exactly. I can do exactly. So see the negative and the positive. What I'm trying to portray here, that negative and positive are very important. And again, if you think about these people, you will still have negative and positive emotions about them. No matter how much time it has spent, that it has gone, that you have worked with them, or you haven't even an interaction or say hello to them. But again, if you a thought of those people create an emotional impact in your current mental state. Right? This is what I'm trying to explain it. So now I want to ask everybody, how does it feel when you thought when you were thinking about the person on the left hand side, or even writing about something on the left hand side, the person on the left hand side? How did you feel? So you feel low motivation. Very nice. Yes, demotivated. So total negative on the right side. Okay, disappointed, sad, still negative. See what impact it can have. Perception, drives, sarcastic, right? But exactly. Just focus on the left hand side. Okay, left hand side. Poor leadership, lack of empathy, demoralized, left disappointed, no empathy. Very nice. Challenging and proud. Very nice. Left side people kept me in comfort zone. Okay, that is very interesting comment. So yeah, wanted to flush them out. I like it. Okay. Okay. Motivated, inspired to do right. Okay. Now stop. Okay. Now if I say where you will put yourself if you have to write your name on behalf of your team members, will you be on the right hand side or the left hand side? My question is, I'm repeating again. If you have to write your name on behalf of your team members or your project team or people you work with, where you will put your name, the left hand side or the right hand side? Right hand side, right hand side. Very nice. Think about it. For some left, for some right. Okay, Rupa. The right side, even straight for some right. Okay. Now, thank you for providing feedback. One small suggestion. Do reach out to your team members and ask them how, as a leader, as a boss, as a manager, you are. And don't fear about the feedback. Because whatever we learn, we try to implement on ourselves and we try to improve. The way, somebody told me leadership is continuous improvement. Same is our personal journey. If we want to become, yes, exactly, one should encourage you. Exactly. Definitely please to give feedback, but this is something I'm particularly asking you to go back to your team members and ask them about this. Why? Because it's all about experiences our leaders, our managers create for us. See, for people who, when you think about the left-hand side, they created a very disgusting or demotivating experience for you. Those feelings still are intact within your heart. Okay? And the people on the right-hand side, they created some magic for you, something positive, something demanding, something that impacted your life, something that made you a better person. Okay, one should encourage exactly. So that experience always brings positivity in your mind, and you feel respect for them. You feel love for them. You feel care for them. So the organization are using 360 exactly. They're using it, but again, keep using this feedback system. Have your own feedback system on continuous basis, so you can be your best judge. And how? When you are more emotionally intelligent. When you are emotionally intelligent, you don't get frustrated or pissed off or even crossed by the feedback that you get from people. Try to understand those 5 things that we discussed earlier. Use that for your feedback and then try to improve. Okay. So, why a project manager needs to do? What project manager needs to do? Okay, they need to build relationship. Number 1. resonant relationship. They can resonate with their people. Okay, and how they can resonate with the people on the same line. When I thought of a leader to be on the left side, but when analyzed people would have done the same thing maybe and try to see positive thing in that decision. No voice. You cannot hear me, guys. Okay. Okay. Thank you. So, resonant relationship is something that we resonate at the same level. We are on the same wavelength. We think like that. We understand each other, and most importantly, we collectively decide on certain things, very challenging, very difficult things that normally normal religion people don't want to have. Okay. So, who are resident project managers? People who are not just good project managers, they're great project managers. They're great project leaders. If you look around, even count yourself in, if people distract you, come to you to discuss their problems, you can understand them, even they're not fully explained. How many times somebody explaining certain things and you quickly get to the point that what he or she is going through, right? And you just listen to them, let them complete and say, I feel what you're going through. And then you start uttering out those words which the other person really wants to hear, genuinely, and you calm them down and then suggest certain things and help them resolve the problems. If you do that, then you are a resident project manager, resident project leader, or a resident leader. A resident project manager, a project leader create experiences. Hope. See, in this world, currently, there is a lot of negativity, there's a lot of hopelessness. If you look around, people are not very hopeful. See, few have already lost their jobs. Few are anticipating their jobs will be has impacted very badly. So, if as a project manager, you can give them hope, give them purpose. Okay? You can show compassion, you can show impact, empathy. Very important. The most important thing is how many of us, mostly of us have Zoom calls on a daily basis. If you don't have Zoom calls, Skype calls, or whatever software you're using, Microsoft Teams, whatever. So instead of just jumping to the point or agenda of the meeting, show some compassion. Talk to your team members, ask about them, ask about their health, about their life. If they're having any problems, are they okay? Are they feeling good or bad or what? And how you can help them. See, the most important thing is not everybody reacts in a similar manner. The way we individuals are, if the very situation arises, few people shut them down, few people explode, and few people are unable to even explain the right thing, what they're going through, what they're feeling. So it's as project leaders and as emotionally intelligent project leader, it is our responsibility to help our people to get to a stage where they can communicate with us. If they are unable to communicate with us, you will always have a challenge. So you can show some attentiveness, you can show some mindfulness. That is very, very, very important. Yeah? So close your eyes and I don't think one of your subordinates or client or customer who's a real pain, okay, really makes you angry or cross or frustrated or edgy. Somebody who really aggravates you and frustrates you. Okay? Think about the last couple of times that you have interacted with them, remembering those interactions, what they're doing that you wish they wouldn't, what are they not doing that you wish they would. Just think about that. Yeah. अभी कुछ लिखना नहीं है, सिर्फ ये सोचें उस पर्सन के बारे में जो आपका सबऑर्डिनेट है, सही है या आपका पीयर है, इसको देख के आप वाकई दिल का इम्पैक्ट हो. Okay. Now, before we get to the second reflection, I want you to write down the emotions you felt. What did you feel? कैसा लगा आपको? Anger, very nice. Shiva. Anybody else? Frustration, exactly. Irritated, very nice. Frustrated, exactly. Irritated, frustrated, angry. And you will see these are the triggering points. Hating, okay, strong word. Okay, so see, if you keep on experiencing these experiences over and over again, a point will come that this phase or particular sentence or even a particular interaction will become a triggering point for this feeling. Now, if you are unable to understand that this has become a trigger, you will always react in a manner which is very natural. Like, you know, if I feel frustrated, I will show my frustration. If I feel irritated, I will show my irritation. And if I really feel irritated some way or the other, maybe not, I won't harm him or her, but I will definitely, my body language or my verbal communication shows some signs of hate towards the person we are analyzing. Now, on the other hand, now let's go to second reflection. Now, keep your eyes closed, okay? And remember one of your children when they are very, very young. If you have younger children, like 2-3 year old, think about them. If you don't have children, you have nephew or niece, think about them. If you don't have anybody, if you have a pet, think about the pet when they're young and you were raised to that from a very small age to current age. Like I know Manoj has a cat and he loves his cat. So think about it. And now tell me, by keeping your eyes closed, what do you feel? Yes, it becomes very difficult to keep calm and very difficult. Exactly. Now, if you think about your children, about your favorite nephew or niece or your favorite pet, what do you feel? You feel happy, right? You feel care, fun, lovely, very nice. Brings joy, very nice. Now, you see, the positive emotions are more than negative emotions. Great nostalgia of thoughts, very nice. Brings a smile, very nice. You see, brings enthusiasm, very nice. Anybody else? I see a lot of people here. Come on, guys, come on. Relaxing, very nice. Yes, very peaceful. Forgets one tension. Absolutely amazing. See, we have got more positive emotion than negative emotion. Frustration, irritation, hate, these words we get. Now, if you see, only few of you have only written, but you have relaxed. You have made very nice. So now, this is what we call parasympathetic nervous system that brings positive emotion, positive feelings. How quickly emotions shift from just from a change? Yes, exactly. See, so one thought that brought negativity, you encountered that thought that bringing in as a similar positive, peaceful, soothing thought, and now your brain or your mind is in control. So that your mind, when you're emotionally intelligent, this exercise will let you understand that how you control your brain. Thank you, Ruba. Exactly. I understand that. So there's the two types of nervous system. One is called parasympathetic nervous system. The other is called sympathetic nervous system. Sympathetic nervous system is when you feel negative emotions. Your heart starts racing. Somebody wrote that the moment you see, it's very difficult. It becomes very difficult to calm your own self. So your BP, raises. Your heart started pumping faster, and you start breathing heavily. And sometimes you really want to even if you really hate the guy or somebody, you really want to punch them on the face as well. But on the other hand, parasympathetic nervous system is something that creates composure. So our mind keeps toggling between these two states. And when you're emotionally intelligent, you keep yourself more in the parasympathetic nervous system rather than sympathetic nervous system. So now this is the most important thing that we need to learn. That's why mindfulness, that's why yoga, that's why breathing techniques are very much promoted these days, that they bring calm in yourself. When you are able to understand, when you're able to understand your own self, how to control your own emotion, you will be more successful. Okay? So the multi-level resonant hierarchy, the resonant leaders at all levels, you've got PMOs, you've got PMs, you've got teams, and the most important thing, create a harmonious communication system and collaboration among everybody, among the team members, so you can not only help them become more emotionally intelligent, or you can create that harmonious feeling that we experience right now. If you have more team members, by seeing them, by having an interaction with them, by even talking to them, bring a smile on your face, what else you need? How many of the time we have experienced that we've got a brilliant office, we've got a fat paycheck, we've got every other luxury that the company offers us, still when we get up for to go to the office, we have to struggle ourselves, get out of bed and say, "Aaj mujhe office jana hai." Why? Yes. Thank you, Sugar. The Power of Positioning by Norman Winston. Very nice. Thank you so much. I'm aware of the book, but still, again, thank you for sharing. So that is very much important. If you create that harmony, if you create that emotion with all your team members, and ensure that every team level, at every level, that emotion becomes emotionally intelligent, you will feel the difference. You will see, you will be amazed how that overall culture changes and how it becomes more fun. So now we come to the second point, which is building relationships. Now, in this COVID-19, during building relationships is one thing, sustaining relationships has become so difficult. Now, when we talk about with our professional relationships, it has become immensely difficult because we are not in the same roof. We are not having the usual communication system with them, and it's a different, unique scenario. So we need to be adaptive. We need to ensure that we think out of the box. We just don't focus on the usual or the regular communication system that exists, and ensure that everybody is thinking like that, right? So you can email them, you can instant messages them about your work, about their task, about even about asking them how they feel. But the most important thing is try to connect with people even for a small period of time and use tools which can create a connection. Video conferencing, it is very, you can have a WhatsApp call, a Facebook call, a Microsoft Teams if you're having, you can have a call with them, a Zoom call, the way we are having it, and try to ease them. Because one of the things that this thing has done is has not only created a communication overflow, but also not everybody is very much comfortable with having video calls. Often environment may be different, but again, आपके लिए मुश्किल होता है आके बात करना. Maybe you fear this is a certain thing. If there's a group call going on and you are not in very much fluent communicator, that it can also be breaking. But again, you need to calm people down. Have individual calls with people and ensure that you create a connection. The moment you create a connection, you will see the difference. And again, try to be part of their lives. Just don't focus on the work. Just 1 minute. Okay. Okay, so video conferencing, again, I try to, before group calls, I have just short calls and create a connection. Driving questions, very important. Normally हम जब अपनी calls करते हैं, maybe stand-ups करते हैं, retro meetings करते हैं, daily stand-ups meeting करते हैं, sprint meetings करते हैं. The most important thing is to directly delve into the task. Now, the people are not everybody is very much words. Okay. So now the most important thing is, since we are going through a tough time, not everybody will be responsive as we want to do. They're not on the same page. They may be having certain difficulties. They may be having, certain family challenges. Try to be positive. Start with certain things that can create a connection. Give them hope. Give them a feeling that you care for them, and ask questions and drive those questions that create more hope. Right? The answer will be, I'm hopeful that we will be out of the situation very quickly. I'm hopeful that business will be better. These are things that are very important. And over communicate. Why over communicate? Because this is not a usual scenario. You need to be in contact with your team all the time. If it's not about just dealing, if somebody has committed a deliverable at 5 p.m. today or tomorrow, it's not just that you will give them a call 4:30 and there's half an hour left that you need to submit your report, or the daily report has to go out at 6 p.m. today. Talk to them. Are they having difficulty? They need any assistance? There's a lot of time that you will find people unable to share their own feelings. So you need to drive them. Initially, it will be a tough task, but again, slowly and gradually, you and both your team will get into the habit, and it will be, you will see the difference. Then the virtual open door policy, it is very much important. Like, anybody can call you, whether on Zoom, on phone, on WhatsApp. Now, sometimes it happens to me, like, previously when we all were adjusting to this new model of life, sometimes everybody have different time zones for, or even some team meetings. So every time if I call my boss, he's in some other meeting, and if I call some team member, he's in another meeting, and it gets really frustrating at times where I'm unable to contact either my boss or my subordinate. And sometimes I find that my boss is, directly interacting with my team member, and I'm clueless what's going on. And all the negative thoughts come into my mind that, kya ho raha hai, right? Again, slowly and gradually, what I understand that we all develop a habit of open door policy, that anybody can call us anytime and even contact us, and no matter if we are on a call. So what we do is, we just take our phones and say, we are in so and so meeting, and it will be completed in 10 minutes. Urgent, please drop me a message. Now, that will create trust. That will not create that you are trying, or I'm trying to avoid you, or somebody is trying to avoid you. This will create a feeling of trust, and you will see your team will start opening up. Okay? So what are the common motivators? The common motivators are recognition. You can recognize your people online as well, social platforms, maybe LinkedIn, maybe on your team site, maybe on Facebook, whatever, on Twitter, whatever. Like, for example, I have seen a lot of companies that start the competition where they post pictures of their home offices or home desk, and there's a competition going on. This gives real motivation. Yeah. Rewards, you can reward people for their efficiency, for their responsibility, and also ensure that they get rewarded. It's not just for the sake of just a policy thing or just getting the work done. But it will really motivate your team because the value that you're trying to put in. You give a challenge. There are certain things, for example, if a company wants to implement a new tool for team collaboration, and there are a couple of people who really want to take challenging tasks and who really gets going when there's some challenge handed over to them, assign a task to them. Don't assign the task to people who think यार already इतने सारे tools चल रहे हैं, tool लेके आ गए हैं, आप कैसे काम करेंगे? No. There are always people in your organization who are really want to take on new challenges and who can bring innovation to your company. Use it and see how they will, elevate themselves and take responsibility, and also ensure that the company will benefit from the new technology or whatever initiative that they want to take. Provide learning opportunities to the organization and your team members. Whether it's a free course or is a coupon or whether it's a discounted course, if use this time well. And also this emotional intelligence always help you understand people who you can categorize in different categories, like who are challenged, who needs challenge, who needs learning opportunities. This way, when you start talking to them, you understand their emotions, you understand their willingness, you understand their fears. You will see how you can create a strategy which can motivate them throughout. Give them time off. The few people who are very burnt out, they're the core of the company, they've been working like hell. And the most important thing is they need a break. So that is also a motivator if you want to give them time off. And the first thing, trust your team. Do not micromanage. Okay, if you really think you are emotionally intelligent, if you really want to understand, if you really understand people's emotions, give them responsibility and let them work. Do not micromanage. It will kill the essence. So do not assume. PEAs are basically positive emotional attractors. So do not assume anything from body language. How many times we have on a conference call and somebody who used to be very participative is very muted. So we think that either he hasn't done the work or he doesn't want to take the responsibility. Maybe there's something going on in his life or in personal life, or he's badly impacted. He's an anxiety or if you're a state of fear. So do not assume. Always try to talk to people and communicate with people. That is a very important thing. And once you communicate with people, you will get people responses, and those responses are their feelings. So that if you are emotionally intelligent, you will be able to perceive those messages, understand those messages, and make use of those messages. Number 2 is work to uncover the motivations. Now, again, interactions, connections. The more you connect with people, the more you uncover the motivations. Not everybody has a hidden agenda, or is irresponsible, or doesn't want to work, or is taking work from home as paid leave. No, it's not like that. Maybe they are having genuine issues from working from home. Maybe the campus space. Maybe they think that they're not adjusting quickly to this new normal. Now the most important thing is that you understand your people, you tell them, and you uncover that motivation that those people have. So how can you renew the positive emotional attractors? Meditation. A lot of focus is on meditation these days. You can do quick group meditations. You can do yoga. Compassion is very important. Okay. So how many of you actually try to show compassion? Now my time to question. How many of you try to show compassion each and every day to your team members? Guys? Okay. Very nice. And the same way, be empathetic. Okay, I see. What whenever required you do. Okay, very nice, very nice, very nice. So, and hopefulness. Give them hope. That is very, very important. If you are unable to give hope, you will never get what you wanted in the desired manner. What you wanted. Okay, very nice. Someday, try to experience, try to do it, not because whenever you cannot give compassion every day, it's not required, but try to be whenever it is, try to do whenever it is required. Yes, situational. Yes, exactly. See, because remember that I asked you to question whether we treat our people the same way, the way we want to be treated ourselves. Similarly, if you want compassion from your superiors, you need to show compassion to the juniors, no matter what. Okay. So it's not always a smooth sailing. You know, if you always focus on the process first, not on the people, so you will always falter. But again, those things have to go hand in hand. People are very important, no matter what. People are your essence. So if you have to let go anything and you have to care for your people, do it, because that is priceless. Okay. Address the problem with individuals, not in public, but to address. Why? Because if somebody has emotional challenges, you cannot shout them in the middle. You cannot shut them off in the conference call. You can just don't switch them off. Again, create a connection, and that can only help when you are able to understand your emotions, when you are emotionally intelligent yourself. So, a couple of things. Self-awareness is very important. When you understand what is self-awareness, you will also understand what other people, what things take other people. That is so. Sometimes it happens. It actually, we have all experienced at some point of time that if some of our not so positive points are discussed in public, we not only feel embarrassed, we become rigid. So that as leaders, we don't have to do that. Right? In retrospective, start with positive and avoid taking names. That is very important. Give the positive first. Then, if you have a negative feedback, provide negative feedback. Then again, some positive feedback. It is called the sandwich approach. So, and don't take names. It will bring low demoralization to your team and to your stakeholders. But again, giving positive first and giving the negative in a manner that these are the kind of improvements we need instead of the weaknesses that will create a much more stronger impact. So project managers, you're also key to success. And if you are very much emotionally intelligent, you are able to understand your emotions, you are able to understand your people's emotion, and you are very adept and expert in handling people, you will always have success. Success is not. I was listening to a TED talk the other day. There is a difference between winning and success. You may deliver the product, you may ship the product, you may ship the new release, you may achieve the deadline, but not on the cost of the people. In that case, that will not be success. That will only bring you a short-term win, but you will lose your most valuable asset, that is the people. Okay? So this is the last slide of my presentation. So with two things, one is called interpersonal, the other is interpersonal training. The self-awareness brings you awareness of emotion, which helps you get more social awareness. These two things help develop your behaviors. The right behaviors you develop, that comes under self-management. And then when you're very expert in self-management, you can create lasting relationships, which is relationship management. When you've got lasting relationship, you always have top performance from your people. And you will always have self-performance to a level which you have never achieved before. So emotions and behaviors are hand in hand. And if you are able to control your emotions, you're also able to control your behaviors. You will behave what is required, which will result in always a positive outcome. So thank you very much. If we I anticipate some questions. You can take questions now.
Yes, thank you, Fahad. We'll open the this for questions from the team.
Yes. So we don't have any questions? Thank you, Milan. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm really okay, you're coming up. Yeah.
Thank you, Fahad. We had a wonderful session today. We really enjoyed every moment of this presentation with you. And just for the benefit for everybody, Fahad and I know each other since 2017. We both are a part of the PMI flagship program called Leadership Masterclass. LIMSI in short, both of us graduated in 2017. We are the class of 2017 rather. And whenever I meet Fahad, it has always been a pleasure. We speak everything and anything and everything under the sun, and we have a great time together. And Fahad, again, once again, thank you so much for taking a time out and being with our fraternity today.
It's a pleasure from the bottom of my heart. I really feel thankful that you invited me. Okay, there's a fun question. Milan, just let me finish, then I will get back. And I'm very thankful for this opportunity because I believe that we are all in this together. And there is a web series that I have started with one of my colleagues, Rabia, which says that we are stronger together. So the essence is that we are stronger together. Whether I'm here, whether you're there, the connection and the bond, is very important. I'm very thankful to everybody. And thank you everybody who wished me Eid Mubarak.
Yes, Fahad, Eid Mubarak.
Yes, thank you so much. And though we had a very tragic accident the day before the plane crashed,
yes.
but again, the festivity is there, and I'm really again, I don't have any words for everybody who stayed till the end. And thank you, Manoj. But I just want to response to Milan that you mentioned over communication, but many a times it leads to micromanagement as well, which is also not good for the health of the project. Yes. Now the most important thing is, अगर मैं आपसे बात कर रहा हूँ और मैं आपको ये बोलूँ काम कर लिया, then it will create a negative impact on you. But the over communication, what I mean is I will ask you, कोई मुश्किल तो नहीं हो रही, कोई दिक्कत तो नहीं हो रही, कोई चैलेंज है तो मुझे बताओ, किसी से हेल्प चाहिए. So अगर कोई भी मसला हो तो मुझे दोबारा कॉल कर लो, फिर दोबारा पूछ लो. इससे ये होगा कि आपको ये लगेगा I am caring for you, not just about the outcome. Okay? So the perspective होता है, if you use the positive message, it will give the positive outcome. If you use the negative message, it will give the negative outcome. So use your word accordingly and see how it works. I hope I'm able to answer your question. So thanks a lot. Thank you guys. Thank you so very much. Love from my side. And anytime you can contact me on social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, anytime. And Manoj is there. And Manoj is like a brother. हम जब भी मिलते हैं ना, हम बहुत मस्ती करते हैं और हम सारे वो एरियाज घूम के आते हैं जहाँ हम जा चुके होते हैं. हम शॉपिंग बहुत मजे से करते हैं. Thank you, Manoj. I really enjoyed it. Love from my side. And thank you.
Yeah. Please hold on. I just have a couple of announcements. I understand some people have problems renewing their PMI certifications or the membership renewal process. So in case anybody has any problem, please reach out to Vicky Panjwani, who's our VP membership. Please send a screenshot of the particular error that you get, and he will look into it and personally respond to you as well. Priya Patra, are you there?
I am here.
Yeah, Priya, could you, do you want to speak about the international exchange program, which is scheduled for Friday?
Yes, I will.
I will,
Let me,
are you sharing the screen or should I?
I will share my screen. Just hold on for a moment. Yeah. All right, guys, let me know if you can see my screen. I will just take 2 more minutes.
Yes, Priya, we
Yes.
can see your screen.
Okay, thank you very much. So, hello everyone. My name is Priya Patra and I'm your Vice President Outreach of this PMI Mumbai chapter. I took this portfolio effective April 1st, 2020. So this is my first interaction with you and thank you so much for electing me as your Vice President Outreach. So thank you. Okay, so what have I been doing so far? I'm trying to launch an initiative. Actually, I'm launching an initiative which is known as the Chapter Exchange Program, and this would be to increase the cooperation between the PMI chapters and support cross-chapter networking. And because we know that every chapter has some good experiences, some great source of learning, and we do have similar goals with different grounds like culture, member base, expectations, etc. And we want to achieve networking with the chapter leaders as well and get their experience and identify opportunities to improve our volunteer and member experience. And how are we going to do that? So I have already connected with the Czech Republic chapter. So the vice president of the Czech Republic chapter, I had met her in some global conference. And that's how we have started this discussion. And the key elements of this would be sharing best practices, as I already said. And we would also have experts speak webinars like today we have called Fahad to come and speak about emotional intelligence in this very tiring and unprecedented times and share his experience as well in our forums. And we are also thinking of book clubs. We don't have time to read books. What if we can kind of come, get some authors to come and speak about their books? We ask questions, and that way we understand what wealth that book brings along. And of course, improve the diversity in our programs. So coming March 29th, we are going to have a panel discussion. Okay. And the
You
topic
mean May 29.
May, I'm sorry, not
May.
March. I'm stuck in March, the pre-lockdown period. Okay, so I am sorry, it is May 29th. We are having this Friday, we are having a international SME panel discussion. So we have two members from the Czech Republic, not the chapter, but from Czech Republic, and two people for SMEs from our Mumbai area. And we are going to talk about a very burning question that haunts us today: key skills for project managers in this COVID era and beyond. And this is a collaborative initiative, as I said, of the PMI Mumbai chapter and the PMI Czech Republic chapter. And we'll have SMEs answering our questions. So I would encourage everyone to join this session and throw out your live questions, all your concerns, and understand the perspective from different parts of the world, right? So we have Peter Janis, who is the founder, partner of Project Man.cz from Czech Republic. We have Michael Joker, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, head of PMO of Raffician Bank. We have Satish Mittal, who is head of Express Wi-Fi, Facebook India, and we have Chintan Oja, whom you already know, advisor of Lloyd's. And so we already have the mailer floated out I think, and half an hour back. So check your mailbox, register, shoot out your questions, keep your questions prepared, send the questions to me. I'll be moderating the session along with Lenka Pinkott, who is the vice president of the Czech Republic chapter. And I'm sure it will be a very wonderful learning experience for all of us. So guys, gear up, do register, hit the register button right now to take advantage of this immense wealth of knowledge that we are going to bring to you on May 29. And it would be at 7 to 8 p.m. IST because of the time difference. So do join in, and let's make this a wonderful learning experience. Thank you.
Thank you,
Manoj,
Priya.
Thank you, Priya. Yeah, Priya, you can stop your share now.
Yes, yes, I will stop. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, Fahad, you there? And those who are there right now, if we can, those who can switch on their videos, I would like to take a picture first. Fahad.
Rafael has gone to Tirupati, kya?
This is the municipal corporation headquarters in Mumbai.
Okay. He's missing Mumbai too much.
So he's sending us all these Mumbai Meri Jaan songs and all. Yeah, I'll just take a snap. Just hold on. Anybody else joining in? All right, say cheese. Thank you.
Thank you.
So once again, thank you everybody. Fahad, special thanks and Eid Mubarak, Bhaijan.
Thank you so much.
We will definitely catch up again. Maybe next month or some other month we'll have a session again with. Thank you so much, everybody.
And guys, thank you so very much for listening to me and waiting till the end. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Thank you, guys. Take care.
Bye. Bye. Take care.
Bye.
Thank you, and it was a nice presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It was great.